The $150 price point, when I thought about it, it's like, given what this is, it's actually quite inexpensive. People are already trying to sell these on eBay. I haven't looked this morning, but yesterday I looked and someone had it up for almost $500, $499.99. I am in my car, fresh from the post office, and I intercepted this package. And okay, it's really pretty. The box itself, the shoes, there we go. So ASICS Bandit, so it looks like kind of a burgundy color. And honestly, this box looks like it's been through the ringer. It's got quite a bit of, it looks like dust on it. Let's see how magical this is. If it is magical, that is. Okay, so here we go. Now, this I had already seen. Some of this is not a surprise to me. So here's the top of the box with the, it says Sound Mind, Sound Body, which is the, it's like an ASICS saying that is on some of their product. So we got that, and the, I don't really know what that symbol is. Sun, moon, not sure. First thing we have before I get to the shoe is this bag that was advertised. And again, some of the surprises are actually not in the picture for me because, well, another YouTuber already received this, and I saw this on his show. So anyway, so here's the back of the bag. Very nice. Actually, the material, I don't know, it's like some kind of fancy high-grade nylon. This is a bag that you can put your shoes in. All right, here are the shoes. Here we go. They've already given me a sneak peek of this shoe. So let's see what we got going on here. Oh, wow. The smell is really... It smells like, I don't know, maybe a luxury car, like a new car. So here we have the shoe. The shoes. The pair of shoes. It's like white with gray and speckles here on the lower part of the shoe. And then we've got the tread. We've got the ASICS Bandit logo toward the front of the shoe. And then, of course, oh yeah, we have on the inside, okay, we've got some special laces. We'll get to that in a second. But the inside of the shoe, looking in here all the way toward the toe, has that symbol, all those symbols that you see on the bag, right? And then the piece here that goes over the top of the foot is pleated. It's knitted, as it was described by Bandit last week. Yes, it's a very, you know, attractive shoe. I will say that I am not typically a fan of white shoes, because running shoes especially, because, you know, they're gonna get pretty dirty, and I'm not one to wash my shoes a ton, because I fear, especially with performance shoes, that washing them, you know, and maybe putting them in the dryer, if you do that, could damage the shoe. You know, maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's typically something I don't like to do. So here we have the lace. They have a special lace in addition to the laces that come with it, and they have the kind of the Running Man symbol on them. It may be difficult to see this with the sunlight. I'm trying to get this as best as I can. And then we have these pieces that are supposed to go through the laces, from what I remember from the Bandit email. So they would go like loop through the lace and go here for a special touch. So what does this say? It's got the Running Man logos on it, ASICS Bandit, and the type is so small that I would need to put on, either get a magnifier or some reading glasses to be able to see that. Last but not least, it appears we have this little, like, I don't know, it looks like a plastic bag. It says ASICS Bandit, and you put, I believe, what they showed in the email that ASICS Bandit sent out last week. You put your, I guess your story plate or whatever you want to call this in the bag. What do I think? Just from looking at it, because obviously I haven't run in it. Oh, okay, yeah. Also, you can, if you look real hard, well, you probably can't see it because there's not much of a contrast in color, but here it says Novablast 5 on this, I don't know what you would call that piece, tongue or whatever. Oh, and this is the, I believe this little piece here is what they're calling the current, the Bandit current. Oh, no, that is not correct. That is not correct. This piece, I'll need to go back online. It is, I don't remember. I'll have to check. But I know that it's supposed to be some kind of replica of some artwork, I believe. Shoe itself, it's a very attractive shoe. Novablast 5, FF Blast Max. This is supposed to be, according to Bandit and ASICS, a reimagining of the Novablast 5, which was released late last year, the original release late last year. So obviously a lot of the reimagining, at least superficially, is exactly that, kind of the design, some of the design elements that you don't see on other Novablast 5s, right? Like this piece here. And you've got the Running Man in the back on this little tag. So with all that being said, I have the shoe. I am not going to be reviewing this shoe in terms of functionality because, frankly, I don't plan on wearing the shoe. If I do keep the shoe, it will be just to have it for the novelty of having the first shoe that Bandit produced. That's in part because I already know from a prior experience that the Novablast 5 was not good for my feet when I ran in them in a test run. And if this was not a special shoe, not the first shoe that Bandit has released, then I might actually give these a whirl, despite my initial, response when I wore this model of an ASICS shoe. But given the specialness of this particular shoe, at this point, it's just to keep if I don't return it. Yeah, and I think also that the $150 price point, when I thought about it, it's like, given what this is, it's actually quite inexpensive. People are already trying to sell these on eBay. I haven't looked this morning, but yesterday I looked and someone had it up for almost $500, $499.99. And then I think they didn't sell them, so they took they reduced the price. I cannot recall what they brought it down to, but it's already begun. So with that being said, yeah, I mean, just kind of a piece to have as a Bandit fan. I don't want to get into collecting shoes, to be very honest with you. If I do in fact keep these, I really don't plan on ever collecting for purposes of display any other shoes. That's just not, I'm not really that big of a shoe person. I'm into functionality. So I do have a lot of Saucony Tempest shoes because I pronate a lot, and that shoe, Saucony Tempest 1, that I've made several videos about, is really the shoe that has been the game changer for me. You know, everybody's has different needs when it comes to running shoes. So the Novablast 5, you know, maybe this shoe would work for me. Somehow I doubt it because, again, I pronate and I think this is more of a neutral profile. But they are sold out, at least at last count. These shoes sold out within, like, I don't know, a day or two. They were gone. And most of the, in fact, the 10-piece collection, which includes clothing items, also gone. At last count, there were only like a few pair of shorts, like one model of short, or I should say tights, left, and that was for women. And I haven't checked this morning. They may be all gone. So that's it for me for now. That is the ASICS Novablast Bandit by ASICS. Yes, Bandit by ASICS Novablast 5. Just wanted to follow up, and I will see you in the next video.